Hello everyone and welcome to another video of yours truly, WordyLive. In today's video we will be talking about the PS2 cult classic, The Rule of Rose. If you would like to support the channel, please make sure to hit that sub button and let me know in the comments below what you thought about this game. There are some spoilers in this video about the game, so don't say you weren't warned. This game struck a lot of controversy and misinformation when it was released and managed to get banned in many countries such as the UK, New Zealand and even Australia. Despite that the story of Rule of Rose is set in the United Kingdom, the game was banned in the UK due to the controversy and misinformation. Some officials claim that the purpose of the game is to SA, beat up and unalive little girls, which is untrue, but the controversy was enough to ban it. Rule of Rose was the subject of moral panic in Europe prior to its publication based on rumours of its alleged content. These rumours range from erotic themes to obscene brutality. Various European authorities condemned the game and called for its banning. The game was cancelled in the United Kingdom despite the Video Standards Council calling the complaints nonsense. Rule of Rose received mixed reviews from critics, with gameplay being criticised the most. The game has been compared to Silent Hill and Haunting Ground due to the psychological horror elements and the presence of a canine companion for the main character. Finding a physical copy is rare, and some online sellers are selling their copies for almost as much as €1,500 and dollars on eBay. The story of Rule of Rose keeps you on your toes and brings you along for the ride in an absolute nightmare scenario. The game involves a teenage Jennifer returning to the orphanage she once grew up in. With no memories of her time there, she delves deep into the obscure memories of the people she knew. Because of the trauma she had suffered during her time there, the memories are obscured and everything fuses together. The areas you explore meld between an orphanage and a zeppelin. A young boy named Joshua is trying to make her remember the promises she made when they were together. Each chapter you explore is a part of a storybook you pick up as you progress through the game and discover the promises you made. However, as the game gets closer and closer to the ending, we see what truly happened to Jennifer. Wendy, her beloved, betrays Jennifer and tries to get her club, the aristocrats, to bully and harass the main character when Jennifer finds a little puppy and starts to take care of it. This leads to the trauma of the aristocrats killing her best friend. In a fit of rage, Jennifer slaps Wendy and stands up to the rest of the aristocrats and takes over as the Princess of the Red Rose. However, Wendy disappears to Jennifer's adopted home and dresses up as Gregory's dead son, Joshua. She trains him like a dog and sets him upon the orphanage where everyone but Jennifer is killed. Depending on how you deal with Gregory, there are two endings to the game, the good and the bad. Rule of Rose is a survival horror game in which the player guides Jennifer through exploring the game environments and advances the plot by accomplishing tasks while sporadically encountering enemies and bosses. Described as essentially an interactive movie by its director Shuji Ishikawa and associate producer Yuya Takayama, the narrative of Rule of Rose centers on the traumatic childhood memories of Jennifer, an ordinary, vulnerable girl. These memories sometimes manifest in exaggerated ways. Combat is almost exclusively melee-based with a variety of improvised weapons available such as kitchen knives and pipes. Jennifer is a timid character. Her melee attacks are neither more powerful nor long-ranged. Evasion of enemies is often a more viable strategy instead of fighting. With the exception of a handful of bosses, all enemies in the game are imps, skinny doll-like creatures the size of small children. Different animal-headed imps appear throughout the game alongside regular imps. Every level of the game takes place over a month. Each chapter begins with a reading of a homemade storybook related to the plot of the chapter. During each level, Jennifer is tasked with finding a specific object that will be gifted to the aristocracy. Early in the game, Jennifer encounters and rescues a dog named Brown. Brown accompanies her throughout the game in response to the player's commands. Brown can be ordered to track items by scent, by command, to stay and be called to Jennifer's side. Most levels are puzzle-based. The primary puzzles require the use of Brown's scent finding ability in order to find objects that are related to one another in order to solve a larger puzzle. Others required finding markings on the wall in order to solve the chapter's puzzles. The game is largely linear and the player cannot affect the story through their actions, although they are rewarded for exploration with secret items, additional details, and combat upgrades. Gameplay can feel clunky at times, especially in the middle of combat when you're trying to fight off the nightmarish looking imp characters. Sometimes you can be stun locked, your attacks slice through them and they develop iframes, or you get swarmed by an absolute mob of madness. Overall, I think Rule of Rose was an exceptionally good game that pays homage to Silent Hill with its art style and psychological horror elements. Let me know what you thought about this game in the comments below and see you in the next one.